Christian
So I'm on USA Jobs right now, trying to apply for work over the summer, because I do have my one job on the base, but it'd be nice to have another job to help keep the money coming in. And there was this park ranger position that's opened up back home, and I actually met a lot of the requirements that it had, but sorry, my friend Ethan keeps facing like me, but then it was like 2 to 3 months of law enforcement experience. I'm like, this close, this close. That would have been such a cool job to apply for. I mean, I'm kind of debating to send my application in anyways, but I don't know. It's just frustrating. I will give you 3 guesses as to what it's doing outside the window right now. I got a package, I got a package, I got a package, hey, 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 hey. And if you can guess where I borrowed that quote from, you get an imaginary cookie. So, if my friend Will was here, I'd be like, what's in the box? It's a lot harder trying to do this with one hand. Do it for the vlog. I think it might be the gauges I ordered like forever ago. That's just, won't want to. Let go! Hang on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, those are... It's a 72-piece stretching kit that I got for like 20 bucks from Jewelry. Yeah. But when I stretch my ears, I always use stainless steel, because whenever I tried acrylic or anything else, my ears would get infected. So anything that's like really porous, okay, so these are the plugs. I think that's about as big as I'd ever go, is a 2. But what was I saying? Yeah, because lost my train of thought. Oh, those are huge. I don't think I'd ever go to Double Zero. But yeah, anything that's porous will cause your ears to get infected. So that's why I always use metal, and it's more expensive. But like I said, if you're gonna get infected ears, is the phone ringing? Okay, so I'm a 10 right now, so I don't want the 6. I want the 8, because the smaller. This is for people who don't know anything about gauging. Let me just turn the screaming down on my computer. So, yeah, the smaller the number, the bigger the gauge. So since I'm a 10, I want to go to an 8. And the smart way to do it would be, like, if you're stretching your ears, I usually like to go... If you research online, it tells you one size for every 2 weeks, but that makes me kind of nervous, because I don't feel like my ears have healed completely by the end of 2 weeks. So I do one size a month. And when you start, I first put them in hydrogen peroxide for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then I will put them in hot sea salt water, and I'll just leave them in the sea salt water until it cools, because you don't want to stretch your ears with gauges that are still coated in peroxide. So obviously you want to rinse the peroxide off first and then soak them in the hot sea salt bath. You're also going to want to clean your ears first before you put them in with the sea salt solution. And yeah, so, and after they're in, I like to twice a day take these are the tapers, the really long ones, and I like to spin them around inside my ear, because for like the first 2 weeks I won't take the piercing out, so I'll spin it to keep it from getting stuck. And you also can soak your ear again in the hot sea salt bath to keep it clean. So yeah. Okay, so I always take the little rubber rings off and everything before I put them in there. So now they're in there, and I'll just leave them in there for a little while before putting them in the sea salt. Usually when I am cleaning ones that I've already used, the like bubble and fizz and stuff, killing all the bacteria. So, I mean, I guess these were already sterilized, but if you're going to do this, please remember that to never assume that they're sterile. So don't just buy them and then put them right in your ears, even though they say that they're sterile, because I've done that before and my ears would still end up infected. So always clean them before you put them in your ears. So I know a lot of people are going to be like, Kat, you're gauging your ears. What if you want to get a job or something? And I mean, I've actually had gauges before. I was up to a size 6, but then one of them snapped because they were plastic, and so I had to go back to a smaller one because I didn't have money to get bigger ones. And so, wow, my hair is really naughty today. I actually really like how gauges look, and in my opinion they're no different than other people getting, you know, their belly button pierced, or like those pretty butterfly tattoos that you get on your lower back. It's really the same thing. If you do it right, it actually doesn't even hurt. Let me reiterate that. If you do it right, it doesn't hurt. So, I mean, it also, I guess, depends on your pain tolerance. But, I mean, anyways, gauges have actually been around for centuries. It's not, I mean, I know it's a more recognized fad now, but it's not a new trend or anything. They're part of many different cultures, and, you know, part of some of my ancestors' cultures, and I like to embrace that. And like I said, I like how they look. So, and I'm too broke for tattoos. So that's why I do it. And, I mean, I don't want huge, like, dinner plates on my face. I just want small ones. That way, if later in life I ever change my mind and want to just go back to wearing regular earrings, I can do that. Because my ears are actually fairly elastic. I hear that a size 2 is, like, the point of no return. So, like, if you go past a 2, you're gonna, like, always have permanent damage of these. So, I mean, like, I didn't want to go, I wanted to go to a 2, but I guess it also depends on how elastic your ears are. Because, I mean, when I stopped wearing the 6s, my ears shrank right to a 10, like within a week. That's why I had to get gauges in, because I was afraid that my piercings would close. So, yeah. Alright, but enough about that. Today I'm going to be packing up some of my stuff so I can start getting it. Ooh, That's where the camera is. Okay. So I can start getting it into student storage and stuff. So I was gonna start packing, but the totes that I bought last weekend so I could pack this weekend have mysteriously vanished. Which is weird because this is the kind of school where like you could leave your laptop in the middle of campus for like a week and no one would touch it. So I'm hoping, I wrote on the whiteboard, as like the one that you saw with the snail on it, I wrote on there asking if people have seen my totes. So hopefully after people read the message they'll kind of reappear again, because I don't have money to go out and buy more totes. So okay guys, so I just put the size 8 gauges in, you can see right here, and my ears aren't even really that red, they're just kind of red because I was like holding on to my ear as I was putting the piercing in. That's all the redness is from it. It didn't even hurt. I mean, this side was a little bit more resistant, but I mean, I just put it in really slowly, and so yeah, just put it in slowly, and if it really starts to hurt, then you might be going too quick. So, I mean, it didn't hurt. It's just, I think getting your ears pierced originally hurts like 10 times worse than doing it this way. So, I mean, I know that there's some people that are like, oh, if it didn't hurt, just go with a bigger size, because then that means your ears are stretched. But I mean, I could feel it stretching my ear, it just didn't hurt, so I don't skip sizes, because I'm way too afraid of a blowout. And once you get a blowout, you can't get rid of a blowout. It's basically like when the skin in the back of your ear, like inside your ear, protrudes through the back of your ear. It's gross, and that only happens if you're fucking up. To be blunt, I'm sorry for people that have blowouts, but they'll even tell you that they either skipped a size or they didn't, you know, keep everything sanitized or something. Like, it's because you made a mistake somewhere. If you didn't want to wait, and if you were just doing it without cleaning everything, then something is going to happen. But this way, everything's fine. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd like to jump right to a 2, but I like my ears, so I'm going to take care of them while I do this. There, does this make you feel better? Do you feel better now?
It's easier to say it in person. Totally. And like having the prompted questions and stuff like that. It's easier to answer those questions and you know specifically what the questions are about before things are the questions for the ask. Yeah, it's a lot easier in person. Totally. I don't know. I don't know she that.
I'm mad. Corinne.
The calm before the storm.
Oh gosh. This is just racist.
Oh, let me just crack my knuckles right here.
Hey. Hey there.
I'm feeling very defensive right now.
Why wouldn't I legs? Her magic dinosaur.
Why not? Why not?
Hey.
Why not?
Hey.
Why not?
Come over here. Hey. Don't let me caress your skin. Hey.
Anytime you talk about specific
Oh, hey. Oh, how horrible. Oh, God.
Oh God!
Oh, I don't know what to do.
this is going to be appropriate anymore for YouTube.
Oh!
Why are you looking on me?
Oh! Oh my god!
Help! Help me! Help me! Not today, Dr. Shaft. Ooh, fine now. Ooh.
A flying dinosaur.